Officials say while everything was happening here, employees took off running across the street to call 911. Imagine sitting in a hot car for a full hour. Now get this, the temperature that's inside the car is double the amount outside the car. Sergio tells me he and others have to come out to this parking lot and sleep at night. And they use these cardboards as tents so they'll have a good night's rest before waking up in the morning. The Atlanta streetcars had some bumps in the road over the past 2 years. Low ridership, questions about safety, and a delayed start. Now that all that is behind us, Mayor Christine Reed feels it's time for someone else to take the wheel.
Frustrating discovery for some moviegoers in Atlanta late last night. Their cars broken into, windows smashed, hundreds of dollars worth of stuff stolen. This happened last night at the AMC movie theater on Camp Creek Parkway. Good Day's Natalie Foltz joining us live now from APD headquarters. Natalie, wow.
It's the latest here in Atlanta. Natalie Foltz for Good Day Atlanta.
Very frustrating for those folks. Thanks, Natalie, for the latest there. 6:04 is your time now. Police say the victim of an attempted robbery shot 3 of his attackers yesterday afternoon at a Kroger in DeKalb County. They say this happened along Wesley Chapel and South Hairston Road. Lee Chaplin, police say the victim shot at people who tried to rob him, but they fired back.
A couple, a male and a female, who were in the grocery store. They were being followed by some individuals in the grocery store. We believe that there was an intent by the people who had followed them outside to do something, to rob them or to take their car.
Police transported 2 of the men with gunshot wounds to the hospital. They are expected to be okay. Police not releasing the names of anyone involved in that shooting. Also in DeKalb County, a killer caught on camera is on the run after murdering a man outside a hair salon. The suspect seen getting out of his car, raising his gun, firing several shots at the 29-year-old victim. The man was shot 4 times before he died. Investigators still don't know why he was targeted.
We see absolutely no motive. There's no interaction between these two in these videos at all.
Police say the shooter had been watching the victim, waiting for him to leave the salon. No one else was hurt in that incident. Protesters calling for charges to be dropped against 2 people involved in violent arrests at Waffle House. The demonstrators gathered at the company's corporate headquarters in Decatur yesterday to speak out against several arrests that happened recently at Waffle House locations in Alabama and North Carolina. In one incident, Shakesia Clemens was arrested in April when an employee said she threatened to blow up the restaurant after a dispute over a fork. The second case involving Anthony Walls, who was choked outside a North Carolina Waffle House following a heated argument between Walls and store employees.
These are 2 young people that were essentially just trying to eat. They were discriminated against, called out of their names. They were physically abused.
The charges are unreal to me because I've never been in trouble like this before. I'm a hard-working person.
Waffle House is standing by its employees. In a statement, the company said it regrets that the incidents happened at all, but they say after reviewing each case, Waffle House believes employees made the right decision to call police. A bowling alley in Noonan hoping to reopen this weekend after a heavy rainstorm caused part of the roof to collapse Friday. Junction Lanes initially hoped to reopen for business yesterday, but management says inspections still need to be completed. Crews still need to clear out more debris, repair damage. In particular, standing water caused the roof over the indoor golf area to collapse, ruining a sprinkler line.
Actually caused one of the main sprinkler valves to break, which caused a lot of water damage inside.
General manager of Junction Lanes says they hope to be open for business by Sunday. More than 100 years after he was convicted of doing something that should never have been criminal, President Donald Trump may give boxing's first black heavyweight champion a full pardon. Boxer Jack Johnson was convicted in 1913 of accompanying a white woman across state lines. The verdict came from an all-white jury. Well, now President Trump says he made clear his name. Johnson died in 1946. 6:42 is your time. A large rally held across from the White House yesterday. Protesters marked day 4 of the Black Men's Convention with the 10,000 Black Men's March. Speakers addressed police shootings of unarmed civilians, growing violence within urban communities, and issues with the administration. Members of the NAACP, the National Action Network, and Black Lives Matter also in attendance. A homework assignment at a charter school in San Antonio set off an uproar. Students were instructed to make a list of the negative and positive aspects of slavery. When students showed their parents the assignment, they were not happy. School immediately responded, agreeing with parents, saying there is no debate about slavery. It is, quote, immoral and a crime against humanity.
My wife picks him up from school, and as soon as they pulled out of the parking lot, he showed her the assignment and was pretty distraught about having to perform such a classroom assignment.
The school placed the teacher on leave pending their investigation. NFL free agent Colin Kaepernick received a high honor from Amnesty International, the human rights organization honoring him with its Ambassador of Conscience award Saturday in recognition of his civil rights protests. The former San Francisco 49er began taking a knee during the national anthem as a way to call attention to racial injustice and police brutality.
It is the people's unbroken love for themselves that motivates me, even when faced with dehumanizing norms of a system that can lead to the loss of one's life over simply being black.
The NFL committed $90 million over the next 7 years to social justice causes in response to the protests Kaepernick sparked.
The X Lab is a makerspace with a community that encourages learning and creation and collaboration.
The X Lab is a place where your ideas can become reality. Students at Georgia State can now have fun airbrushing, sewing, and trying out the all-new 3D printer. Sophomore DeQuandra Holmes says she's learning some of everything.
Just being able to learn different techniques of making things like the 3D printing, the wood carving, airbrushing, which I'm trying to do.
X-Lab employee Troy Freed says the model posted online was similar to what he used in high school, so he gave it a go.
They had a model for what the space was going to look like that used the same software that I used. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. I should apply, because no one else uses it.
The X Lab is a place where many people get a head start. Now you can actually turn your initials into an amazing work of art.
It's something I've been wanting to learn for a while, so when I saw the class for it, I was like, you know what, let me try it out.
And even when the 3D printer didn't get everything right, Jack Lee says he needed to add some extra details.
I have to, manually put in those details, and also sanding down a lot of extra details.
Their goal is to make your dreams come true.
If you come in, there's always people here who are willing to teach you. There's always something to learn from everybody, and we want you to create awesome stuff.
I'm LaDarrius Heath for Panther Reports.